Spend the day with us with 2 under 2 at the San Diego Zoo Safari Park. My best friend convinced me I had to get season passes with her, and of course, I'm easily influenced, so I did. We entered into the park and then made our way over to Hannah and Colton. I gotta be honest with you guys, I copied her outfit for the day. She told me she was already wearing this little aloe dress that we always wear to the amusement parks. And of course, our first order of business was refilling our souvenir cups with a fat Coke. I swear they have the best Coca-Cola at the Safari Park. I don't know what they're putting in it. Also, it's only $1 refills with a souvenir cup. The first exhibit we went to, all the animals kept like humping each other. I actually put the most mild clip that I possibly took. It literally was like Love Island live action. On the way over to the gorilla exhibit, we saw so many birds, and both of our boys love birds, so this was a fun stop. Then we made our way over to the gorillas, which was actually my favorite part of the day. I think my favorite part about the safari park in total is their focus on conservation. I was definitely hesitant to get a pass in the first place because I'm like not super into animals enclosures, but the more I learn about the park, the more I realize they're actually doing a lot of good for animals. All of the guides at the park make the experience so special because they have a plethora of information about all the animals, and to me that is the most fascinating part. We learned so much about these gorillas. They were all females. We got to learn all of their names, and we also got to see a picture of one right after they gave birth. It was so beautiful. And my friend Stephanie told me about a playground they have behind the gorilla exhibit that we wanted to put eyes on. We ended up not taking the boys because lately when I take Archer out of his stroller to the playground, he will not go back in. It was time. We cracked open the bento box and Archer was ready for a Baby Bell cheese. Then we made our way over to what I think was called the African Loop. Don't quote me. This park is absolutely giant. You definitely need to get the app on your phone so you can have a general idea of where you are. Next, we came upon this animal that was literally the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. It's called a diker. I had to look up the pronunciation of that word. I have never seen a cuter animal in my life. Then we saw these, which are called dik-diks. I don't know. This is the pronunciation it says on Google. And then the last in this little section was the okapi. This was actually one of my favorite sections. All of them were so cute. And we passed by these birds that kept play fighting with each other. It was hilarious. And the last animals that were in this part of the loop was the red river hogs, which were also really cute. I can't believe just how gorgeous and scenic this walk was. I was like, one day when I come here, I actually need to get ready so I can take some cute pictures. Then we came upon the cheetahs, which are so cute. They have 4, I think, male cubs that they had recently, which are just precious. Next, we walked past the lion enclosure. This is Archer's favorite. He loves the lions. They have 4 female lionesses, and they said that they all came from Texas, which is really cool. I guess they also got a male lion as well, but they said every time he comes out, everyone starts fighting. So they have to keep him separated for most of the time, and I think they're still working on kind of building the relationships. Every time we come to this enclosure, the lions always walk up right by Archer. It is seriously so special, and he loves it. Archer ended up wearing more of the sandwich I packed him than he ate, but he was in a good mood, so a win is a win. Last time I came, we did not have enough time to do the tiger trail, and my best friend was going on about how cool the tigers were, so I was very excited. We talked to the volunteers quite a bit about the tigers. There's 3 tigers, but they all have to be kept separated, which I felt like was so sad, but she said that they would basically kill each other if they were together. Despite her just telling us that they would kill each other if they were in the same enclosure, I was like, oh my gosh, look how cute and snuggly they are. She also told us that none of the tigers are handled by any of the staff. None of the staff go into their enclosures. They just throw them food, and then they have to sedate them when they need medical treatment. And next we headed over to Australia to see the kangaroos, which was really cool. Actually, it was a little interesting that the enclosure doesn't go all the way around the kangaroos, so they can like come out. Like she said to us when we first went in, if they come up to you, don't pet them. I was like, don't they fight people? Like, I'm confused. Archer loved the kangaroos. I don't know if he loved them as much as he loves the lions, but it's definitely a close runner-up. At this point, honestly, I think us moms were getting a little bit tired, but the boys were still doing so well. They were also start getting really hot at this point. Before we headed home, I really wanted to take the boys on the carousel because Archer loved the carousel from Disneyland. Honestly, neither of them liked this carousel as much. Colton actually hated it, and Archer was fine. I feel like he enjoyed it, but he wasn't as into it as the one at Disney. We were also starving at this point, so we decided to grab a quick pizza before we left, and I was not expecting to have one of the best pizzas I've ever had in my life. I actually heard multiple times that the restaurant behind the elephant enclosure is supposedly amazing, but I hadn't heard about any of the other food. We got the carnitas pizza and it was 10 out of 10. Let's take a moment for that cheese pull, okay? It was delicious. And that's a wrap on our day at the safari park. Thanks for joining us. Bye.